you are looking for the best deal, and you've checked out the rates, and the rates that you're looking at, it's not what you're expecting, and you want to get the best deal, and you want to negotiate on the deals.
Sure.
So how do you do that?
The short answer is that you can't really negotiate on deals.
Okay.
The deal is the deal. The deal is what's available on the market at that point in time.
Yeah.
What you also have to understand is that the best deals on the market, they depend on how much you're trying to borrow, over what time frame you're trying to borrow the money as well.
Yeah.
But in addition, it all depends on your circumstances as well. So if you have a particularly niche, difficult circumstance that's hard for lenders to lend against, then they can't lend to you. So the analogy that I give for this is, imagine that if you had a very straightforward case. There were 10 lenders on the market. Each one of those lenders could lend to you. You're going to get the very best rate on the market because every one of those lenders can lend to you.
Yeah.
Now imagine actually there's something in your particular circumstances that makes it much more difficult. Let's say, for example, you're self-employed and you've only been self-employed for a year. Now, of those 10 lenders, only 3 lenders can lend to you. Now, if the cheapest lender was one of those 3 lenders, it wouldn't have made a difference either way. You'd have got the best rate possible.
Yes.
However, if those 3 lenders have got the worst 3 rates, you've had to forgo the first 7 lenders to get the 8th best rate because of your circumstances. So, unfortunately, for the vast majority of us, there's no way to negotiate a mortgage. What we can do is we can try to arrange the best mortgage for ourselves in terms of what's going to meet our financial future. What do we expect to happen in our personal circumstances? An easy example is if you have kids and you're thinking that the area that we're in is great for primary schools, but it's terrible for secondary schools. What you don't want to do is tie yourself into a mortgage that's going to take your kids beyond the age of primary school, because at that point you're going to have to pay a penalty to get out of that deal in order to move home to another property where the secondary schools are going to be better for your kids. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It really does. Yeah.
Does that answer the question?
It actually does. So the answer is you get the best possible deal out there. You don't negotiate your way into it.
Unless you're borrowing millions, yes. The short answer is yes.
What happens if you borrow millions? Like if you, let's say you have millions of pounds and you can afford any building, but you just don't want to pay the full price. You just want to get a mortgage.
So you can go to a private bank and you can negotiate a rate with a private bank, but they're going to expect you to put lots of money on account with them.
Yeah.
And you're probably still not getting the best rate on the market. You're getting the best rate for your particular circumstances.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So even if you have millions of pounds, you still get the deal what you get.
Pretty much.
Okay.
The banks have billions, you have millions, you know?
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, I guess if you have billions, you don't need to take a mortgage.
Exactly.
Right.